Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Fellow beings, ho ho! Welcome to another amazing late night culture. That's right, it's late at night, and I'm here, and we have a panel of other amazing beings here with me. They're hiding backstage. Actually, they're not even backstage; they're on the floor. Everybody, do the dinosaur. I hope you enjoyed the dance party. We got a lot of great people out there in the chat, including little Chad. We got CC Karaoke, who's on the panel, of course. We got SFXF314 Sabretooth Raptor. We've got Man Squatch. What is up? We got Rodimus Supreme. Amazing beans. That's right. And so many others. Let's get ready to go, shall we? We have some stuff to talk about. We are going to try to have the most amount of fun with it we can. Believe me, some of it's really funny. And some of it is just, wow, you're really dumb. In fact, there's a lot of really dumb out there today. But we also dropped a video just about 25 minutes ago. So when we're done with this stream, you can go check out today's video. It is fire, pure fire. Grant edited it to pieces. So yeah, I didn't look like a fool. In fact, there he is. It's Mr. Grant Gregory. What's up, buddy? There's my editor commenting from Twitter. That's right, because we are live on Twitter, Rumble, and YouTube, of course. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, the big green, the big red, and the big X. That's right. On that note, here we go. Speaking of big X's, how's it going? We got the one and only That 70s Rock Fan. How are you this evening, my friend?
I am very well, sir. I have got a few big X's too.
I bet you do. Now, all of them live in Texas, though, right?
No, none of them live in Texas.
Oh,
No,
okay. So,
no.
but that's where you long to be, right?
I do. I wish to be with the yellow rose of Texas.
Well, all right. Fair enough.
If you remember
All right.
that song.
That's right. Well, thanks for being here. We got lots of people
to be here.
dropping in. LDG is here. What's up, Pickles? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Love you, man. We got Michael Gonzalez hanging out with us. Good to see you. Dale Fendel's in the house. What's going on? And Stitch. What's up, Stitch? We've got so much going on. Oh, if you get a chance, go back and watch the amazing stream I did with Jonas and in a distinguished panel. The other night, we went late into the evening. I want to say that was Friday night, and we talked all about Disney's misfortune of proxy fight. We might even get into that subject tonight. We got our favorite penguin here tonight. This is great. We also have the amazing Graham cast. What is up, Graham Cragger?
Well, hello. You know what I did today?
No.
I adopted a dog.
Ooh,
Nice.
What kind of dog?
He is a corgi, and he's the cutest little knucklehead. His name is Einstein, and I'm driving down
Tiny.
to the Alabama coast to pick him up next week.
That's
And
fantastic.
as soon as I told my friend, he suggested I start calling him Epstein and slowly but surely rename him. So that was one of my friend's suggestions.
No, I think Ein is the perfect name. If you're a Cowboy Bebop fan, that is something you will absolutely love. Everybody loves it when you get a doggo. That's right.
Yeah, he's a cute little knucklehead too. I'll tell you.
Yeah. Are we supposed to be able to see the other cast on screen? Yeah. There we go. Somebody should have told me.
It was better the way it was before.
Sorry, guys. Yes, I am not alone. I am not alone. Well, anyway, 70s is here, and the Graham is here. And speaking of the Graham, our good friend from the Great White North, CC Karaoke, is here. He's got all kinds of powder up there. Not even grams, like kilos of powder.
Well, we did, and then because it was cold, now it's warm and it's raining, and there's freezing rain, and that powder kind of went away. But,
So the good stuff's gone.
yes, the
He's
good stuff is
reclining
currently
on
gone, but it's still
sorry,
good
mate.
times.
He's reclining on that couch like a Roman senator.
Yeah, I went to the city because you got to go to the city to buy stuff since I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I bought an extension cord, so now I can stream from my other couch.
Did you get a good job in the city, working for the man
Working from
every night and day?
Not right now. No, I can only take so much of that. Then I kind of have to leave the
his
city
big
again.
wheels. Were
Hey,
turning.
Vash is here. One of the amazing panelists from the show the other night. Look at that. Look at that guy. He's amazing. Check out Vash. Vash is great. Vash is everywhere. Vash is that park place and the theme park wizard, if I'm not mistaken. So check him out. Delu's in the house. Been a minute, my friend. Good to see you. Angry Canadians here. Declaring. Right. On that note, we have the amazing one himself, the guy who had the best show I've ever been on about Echo.
Is that because it was literally the only show you've ever been on about?
I think so. A show dedicated to Echo that wasn't the show itself. That's right. It was. How was that the other night, Jacob? It was a good time, right?
Oh man, Echo Mania was just as amazing as I thought it would be. I'm literally, unironically, the only person through the last 7 months that was unironically super excited for Echo. And then we got Echo all 5 episodes of its glory, and it's so great when a television show is supposed to have 8 episodes gets cut down to 6, gets cut down to 5, and then somehow still manages to have 2 episodes of pure filler. It's just great. I love it.
What do you think was more impressive? The fact that Echo was able to overcome the disability of being deaf, being one-legged, being a woman, or being native?
All the things. She
Yes.
is the all the things. She is the everything bagel of superheroes.
The ultimate overcomer.
Being able to beat up men twice her size, 10 to 1, with all those disabilities.
Did I hear people describe the big fight scene in that as the Battle of Wounded Knee?
Hey, I mean, technically, Echo versus Daredevil is in fact a cripple fight. So there you go.
Oh, stop it.
Taking a
Stop
page
it.
out of South Park's book.
We were monetized. Okay, look at this. We got Gamer Dude hanging out with us. We've got Vash correcting me, which I highlighted. Yes, that's right. Theme Park Universe with Theme Park Wizard. That's right. Check that out. It's fantastic. Love Vash. Love Lou. Lou Wasserman's ghost, probably one of the funniest, smartest, most well-informed Hollywood types out there. The late night band. That's right. That's what we were the other night over there on That Park Place. Check that out. Oh, Raging Dino, member for 7 months. Thanks for being here, my friend. Says tomorrow's my 31st birthday. Thanks for the videos. No, thank you for being here. You know what, guys? Bear with me a moment. I'll introduce Jason in a second. He's dying to get on screen. He's dying. Anyway, I'll get to that later. Here we go. Raging Dino, this is for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Raging Dino. Happy birthday to you. There you go.
Did anybody else just hear an angel?
Oh, wow. I wish. All right. But last but not least, on our panel, we have the amazing Jason from Sci-Fi for Me TV, who is back, baby. Yes.
Yes. Back controlling the internet. Welcome, everybody.
By the way, you're losing weight. You're skinning
That's Todd.
down.
That's Todd.
Oh, Todd. Excuse me, Todd. Todd was amazing at Vasquez Rocks, by the way.
Yes. He did his job well out there.
Yes, he did. If you're a red shirt, you're going to die. So just go out there dead already. That's all I got to say. Fair enough. Jason, you got a big show coming up. You and a financial type are going to talk about some proxy weirdness, right?
Yes. On Tuesday, Dan Danford is going to be here talking about the proxy war on Disney. And I guess I can set that up again. Yeah. So that's on Tuesday, and in the second hour of our show, so in the 1 p.m. Eastern hour, is when Dan's going to be on. Live from the Bunker is now a 3-hour show.
Ooh, stepping up in the world.
So first hour is me just ranting. Second hour is the interview panel discussion, and third hour is open line, which means we put a link out and people can call in and mouth off.
Well, I love it. I'm glad you're back, and if I can possibly join you, I will.
Okay.
But I do believe I've got tight timing. I like hanging out with Dan. He's a smart money guy, so I like smart money guys. Joe's Atmosphere. What do you got in that cup right now? This is tea. This is a wonderful hot tea. This is chamomile and honey and vanilla. It's yummy, yummy tea. Dalu's the cheer we should all be cheering. Go capitalism. Yes. In fact, what was the name of the guy from that Argentina place? Didn't he say something about capitalism to like all the evil elites this last weekend? I think he did.
He wasn't the only one, too.
Yeah. There's a lot of people taking big swings at these globalist.
Well, and I was really surprised. I know that's not on the docket tonight, but I was really surprised to see, like JP Morgan and who was the other one? Chase.
Yeah, saying, hey, we were better. We were better before. We're not so much now.
The president of the Heritage Foundation was out there too. He says, you guys want to know what the problems are? You did it. You're causing them.
Yeah,
it's like all these businesses are like, wow, we were sure making a lot more money 4 years ago. And then it was like, well, yeah, I wonder what happened.
Our money went a lot farther. Anyway, let's not get it too deeply into that. Yeah. But I had a lot of fun. See, Faith's here. We got a lot of people in the house. Thanks for popping in. I called Jonas, but he's with the fam. Yeah, Jonas, we'll let Jonas have a good night. It is Sunday night, guys, and this is the only night of the week I might say bad words. Oh my goodness, it's Guy Scar, the Basco scenario. That's right. This guy's awesome. Check out his channel. He's Canadian. Don't hold it against him. It's fine. It's like CC. He's a good Canadian. He's like that 70s rock fan. He's also a good Canadian, but he's not really. He's a Scotsman from Texas that's in Canada. That's what he is.
I've got the leg chains to prove it.
Yeah. Oof.
I
bet you do.
I've got the censorship to prove that I'm Canadian.
Mrs. Flu, he just called Echo the everything bagel. That's right. Yeah, there are a lot of check boxes there. I
explained that to my girlfriend earlier, and she didn't believe that it was actually a show when I said, well, it's not just a deaf hero. It's a deaf hero with one leg who happens to be native and is also a woman. And she was like, that can't be real. I had the show out.
and possibly a lesbian. That's still out there for debate. So
Hey, yeah, right. We haven't gotten to that part of the show yet. Oh wait, there was only 5 episodes. I bet you that was in those other 3 episodes we were supposed to get. I
It's
bet you.
that hit the cutting room floor.
Just how bad were the other 3 if that's all we got?
Oh, they had to have been bad.
And keep in mind, 2 out of those 5 were still filler. Everything they cut out.
Well, they said they cut out a lot of Daredevil stuff, so maybe we were going to get like 2 or 3 more episodes of Daredevil being involved in the story and fight scenes.
Well, I wonder if you've got Foggy Nelson and Deborah Ann Woll's character, Karen Page, if they're suddenly coming back to the Daredevil show, I'm wondering if maybe they cut stuff out of Echo that would have contradicted whatever it is that they're about to change, because they're redoing the entire thing with Daredevil.
All I know is my 90 seconds of Ronin was not enough. I'm just saying it right now. That was frustrating. But yes, if for those of you who have not wished, if you haven't wished a happy birthday to Raging Dino, please do so, because it's going to be a birthday tomorrow. Yeah, that's a big deal. Here's another great Canadian. There's a Ramada Hotel Starlight Room missing a singer. That's right. That's right. I have to sing happy birthday. When it's people's birthday, I know it's monotonous and terrible, but I love doing that. Faith Thomas is currently in the process of writing a series of comic books. Fantastic. Started as one comic, is now going to be a series. Help! Yeah, that's how it always works out. Ask Jason. All the great writers start out with one thing, and then they end up making more.
But by the way, Culture Casino is the Vic Fontaine of the internet.
I wish that were true. JB Spooky Reviews in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Our buddy Tim's here. Tim's great. Tim's fantastic. I saw Keck. Look at all of you wonderful people. You guys are brilliant. Apollonies, the loveliest person on the road, keeping us all well stocked. Thank you for doing what you do, and please be safe, young lady. We do appreciate you. Can't wait to see you again in the near future, I hope. Shrap 3D says, ironically, I just got an ad. Go capitalism. That's right. Jesus Davia gave 1 Culture Casino membership. Thank you for that. We are 700 strong now. Thanks to each and every one of you. Believe it or not, 700 members, folks. Courtesy of wonderfully great, generous people. And, of course, each and every one of you that think I have something valuable to say. Believe me, I'm going to have a lot more to say. We are looking at full-time YouTube starting in March, folks. Which means we're going to rocket up the chart with content, which means I have to get the studio built soon, fast, quickly, in an abbreviated fashion. So there you go.
Faster,
get a tour of the studio?
Yeah, I'm going to give everybody a tour of the studio. Once we get it going. Yeah, the first room anyway, there's going to, hopefully, there's enough space for 3 different separate recording spaces and 1 editing bay to have people be able to do that there too. Team Wardo is here. Disney's next character will have no arms and legs. Well, there you go.
It's just a flesh wound.
Are they going to throw him in a lake and name him Bob?
I don't know, but look, it's not great. Look, if some of your best material is left on the floor, that says a lot about a show. I'm just saying. The 700 Club. No, DF. No, we can't do that. No. Wait. CC has no chill. That's right, Albert Zulke. I have no chill. No chill. Thank you, Wolverine Schnicht, for wishing Raging Dino happy birthday. All right, guys. We need to get off and talk about one of our subjects because we have an abbreviated time period. And for those of you out there in the chat, 100 and I don't even know how many of you, thank you for being there. I know we're growing the audience. If you would prefer to take advantage of sharing me with everybody else, I won't stop you. I would appreciate it. Let's get going. Let's start with the first story, gentlemen. What do you say? I really wish we had the young lady here that we were going to have, but it is what it is. Let's do this and do this. Let's talk a little bit about Paramount Global and the fact that they are about to lay off a bunch of people. Now, we've been talking about the fact that Paramount Global is up for grabs. That's right. They are officially going to be for sale or maybe go to the highest bidder. There was a rumor about an auction as well. So when we look at this, we need to remember that. So there's speculation about the future. Yeah, no kidding. So they're doing massive staff reductions in February. The cuts will impact hundreds of employees across the entire company. For the last several days, there's been chatter about layoffs are about 800 are imminent. And that's followed by a Wall Street Journal report in December that the company was mulling potential elimination of more than 1,000 jobs. That makes sense. So I hear senior executives have been given reduction targets to hit. That's never something you want to hear at a job. Never, ever.
Isn't it hilarious how like all of these like mega corporations are all seemingly losing a butt ton of money at the same time? I mean, it's like, Paramount's broke, Warner Brothers is broke, Disney's broke. There's a whole lot of poorness going on for all these corporations. It's almost as if, their 20 plus years of entertainment is finally catching up with them.
Almost like in filling your entire staff with people that have a very narrow view of the world and they don't tolerate anybody else with a different view than themselves is not a great thing for business, huh?
It's almost as if hiring unqualified people is actually bad for business, which is weird, right?
I think merit's important. I wish everybody else did. But we'll get to that in a moment. I just want to say thanks to E. Clay Thomason, who actually kicked in a buck over on the big green monster over there. You can see the little green triangle there in the tab. That would be Rumble. Thank you for that, my friend. Truly appreciate it indeed. But yeah, we are very grateful for that. We've got things going on. So the layoffs are going to be implemented on February 1. Or in February. Oh, I read that wrong. No one is commenting, and things are in flux, but February 13th has been rumored to be the potential target date. Happy Valentine's Day.
Imagine working there between now and mid-February, every single day, just walking on eggshells, imagining you say the wrong thing to the wrong person, and that is going to be enough of a reason to get your ass out the door. Because if they've already been given those reduction targets, it's basically going to be whoever's going to be in charge of that department. And I've unfortunately been in the situation before where I have been given reduction targets of my employees. Mm-hmm. And it's typically, hey, you have a couple weeks, identify 8 people, and you got to let them go by this day. So it's not a predetermined thing, right? So they might be sitting there being like, whoever says the wrong thing in the staff meeting, I can imagine that the actual corporate culture over there right now is going to be pretty terrible for the next few weeks.
True story. Yeah. E-Clay, I guess we'll never know. Well, I mean, I don't have time to break it down, especially not here on the tube. If I do a Rumble only, we can definitely talk about this. But thank you for the $1 Rumble rant. I
would give an alternative view, which is if you think you're going to get laid off anyway, as in either now or after a buyout, after Paramount spot, now might be the time to get paid off because you may get a better deal than when you're taking over.
I know is
that might be a complete slash and burn after that point. Whereas now you may get a reasonable corporate payout or buyout deal.
True.
Yeah, maybe. True. Just from my experience.
Hey, look, as somebody who's been through that windmill, I can tell you it's no fun to be the grist in the mill. But I will tell you this. We've got February 2nd coming around. That's Groundhog Day. So what Graham was describing was what people will be going through. They'll have the same day every day between now and the 13th. It's going to be rough there. But look, I hate when people lose their jobs, but when people make terrible decisions, there you are. Someday I'll have to tell the story of when people buy companies that they have no business owning.
Culture, you had mentioned that it looks like they're kind of ripe to be potentially acquired pretty quick.
Yeah.
Is there the possibility that being given these kind of layoff quotas at this point in time is just simply a way for them to slim down their overall like overhead and staffing costs?
Probably. No, that's 100% right. You're 1,000% in the right vicinity. That's exactly why it's happening. And I'm telling you right now, if it ends up in auction, which has been speculated about, that's when things will get weird, because that'll mean like a tech company may step up that we've never heard of before.
Apple's all over it.
Yeah, it'll be really odd. But
Well, a couple things about this story,
yeah.
real quick. First of all, it's like it really just goes to show you, because I'm old enough to remember when Paramount referred to himself as Viacom, and there was a while there about 20, 25 years ago where Viacom was like the big bad giant of the world, and they controlled everything that we watched on television. And now here we're at a party. I think I was watching MTV, which is owned by Paramount, and over the last like 5 to 10 years, it used to be, I guess, a hub for content, I guess we can call it now, but they've just reverted to like circling the same 2 or 3 shows in a 24-hour cycle now, to the point where I'm legitimately asking, it's like, why are half of these channels even like still on the air at this point? And I guess we're seeing what happened in here. It's like there is no reason. No one's really watching anything that they're putting out there, and they're losing as a result.
Yeah, I mean, outside of this is the weirdest thing. So, like, consider who owns the certain networks that have the most popular shows on streaming. Those they still show those same shows on their linear networks. So, and I'm speaking specifically about Suits. Suits is still available on the linear networks as well as on streaming, and it's the most popular show on streaming. So, and again, you know who it's not? It's not Viacom. It's not CBS. It's not the companies that make up Paramount Global, right? Which, again, it's all owned by Sherry Redstone, who, again, worst decision ever was to recombine CBS Viacom. That was the worst decision ever made. And you know what? It got exacerbated by what happened just a few months later and the global crisis, and they just weren't ready. But Stone Rack, it's been around for 6 months. As I joined this live stream just in time to hear you sing happy birthday to Raging Dino. Hope you sing happy birthday to me when October rolls around. You bet. Just let me know.
Culture, let me ask you this: if the Paramount, the Viacom, the CBS Viacom deal had gone through the way it did, and universal lockdown, house arrest had not happened,
right?
Do you think that they would still be in this same position?
No. See, all of the streaming stuff got sped up. Because they wanted to take advantage of everybody being sequestered at home.
Yeah.
And so these timetables were much slower, right? And Disney's adoption rate was much slower. Everybody's was. The only people in the room that had any business, like leaning into their business, was Netflix, because it was already well established. They were the only profit maker in the building. They were likely the only one to be in the building. Yeah. And as we find out, there's no profit in a straight up premium streaming service. You have to have advertising, which means you might as well have just stuck with your linear product. Go ahead.
I think the trick is that cable television really is for an aging, older audience who always had it and isn't really adapting to newer technology. It's ground wires, right? It's something that gets packaged with a landline internet connection. It's an old technology that the newer generations aren't going to adopt. So streaming is functionally a good idea in terms of putting cable television on the internet, on people's cell phones, on their mobile devices, but it has to be done in a way that is profitable, like with commercial advertising or whatever the process is, not just spending $200 million in a show and trying to chase subscribers. They have to fix that, but
you have now the proliferation of fast channels, which are basically the old-fashioned, back in the day, commercials and advertising breaks and what we used to call TV.
Yeah.
And everybody's going back to it. The only difference is that they're being delivered not over the air in a transmission, but they're being delivered by a streaming pipeline. That's the only difference, and you get these free ad-supported television like it's a new thing, like they've just discovered this thing. It was like, no. I grew up on this. It was called television. You just watch TV, and if you needed to change the channel, your remote was the 6-year-old to get up and go change the channel. I continue to be flabbergasted at all of these people who keep reinventing the wheel and thinking that they've made some new discovery.
Here's just record. This is even a bigger issue than that. Like a lot of these like mega corporations, like Warner Brothers is a perfect example of this. they've been essentially passing up debt from one person to another for like the last 3 decades. It's like,
Yes.
wow, Warner Brothers hasn't had any money since what, AOL, and that was what, 20 something years ago, 25 years ago almost. And it seems like we went from that to another company buying them out. Now we're at what is it, Discovery is
Warner
now
Brothers
controlled,
Discovery,
and
yeah.
now we're talking
Yeah.
about being sold somewhere else. I mean,
Yeah, I think Turner when he was just involved in cable had the right idea, right? And then when in his limited network reach. But I think the moment that he was acquired by, it became Time Warner AOL, right? All at once. And then it morphed into AT&T's mistake. I think that progression really did nothing positive for anything other than change some numbers at the market. In fact, a lot of the deals done back then were done because they were going to generate more, market volume and build market cap.
Yep.
It's never a good decision to merge a company for that reason alone, because normally you don't possess the same synergies. You often have redundancies, and there are, sacred cows where you can't really eliminate certain areas, departments, or people. And I mean, there's a lot that goes into acquisitions that I don't think kids now, because they're all kids now, they don't have any experience, real world experience, when they come in from B school. They walk in with their MBA and they don't know jack all about how the real world works. So they can't double back on their decision making because it makes them look weak in their eyes. And you end up with the disaster that we are about to have now, which is a lot of entities just no longer existing, and a lot of jobs lost, and that didn't have to happen. So.
I think Turner worked a lot better with Hooch than any other partnership after.
Yeah, the original Turner and Hooch, indeed. So good night, gamer dude. Thanks for being here.
Funny enough, my mom was one of the heads of IT at Paramount Studios in the 80s and 90s. I actually went to preschool on the Paramount lot because that was the only thing that she was like, I got to drop you off somewhere. Might as well take you, make sure you're safe. So I spent a lot of time on that lot when I was a little kid. That was always fun.
Yeah. I see. We're just in a weird era. I mean, Jacob writes about it all the time. Jason reports about it all the time. I mean, we're surrounded by people who've been watching the slow degradation of these areas for a while. I mean, now we're in
the takeaway here is that, look, everything is fine. Don't look behind the curtain. Eat your vegetables, and then everything will work itself out, or not. Who knows?
The big or not.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So we were talking backstage before we got started, or maybe we talked about it early in the show, and I'm just having a stroke. But we were talking about the fact that there are people actually speaking the truth, like bankers out there speaking the truth, talking about we were better off doing this. Capitalism is good. All these great ideas. You have the wrong person leading GM. Right? I mean, just absolutely wrong. Who also happens to be on the board over at frickin' Disney. Oh, that's brilliant. And she's leading two companies astray at the same time. And you're now seeing the fact that the Lightning pickup is no longer being, they hit the pause button on that. There's massive. Everybody went for this early adoption thing, and the problem is that Apple's model works for a minute, but it doesn't work for long. Steve Jobs was brilliant with that, right? So you ended up with everybody that could afford one getting an iMac, and then you send it to schools and all of that, right? And then you move on to the next thing. Well, after the iMac, the next thing is just prettier. It's the same thing. It's just dressed up. And that model is unsustainable, because then you want somebody to buy the next prettier thing. It's the whole reason why they shove the iPhone out the door every year. Right? I mean, we're up to what, 16? I mean,
and now they cost more than a car.
They cost more than a computer. I mean, if you're spending $2,400 on a phone, buy a computer. Go out and get a jitterbug phone that Grandpa has. Because shoot, I'm telling you right now, you don't really need it.
Yeah, I had to upgrade my cell phone here about 6 months ago, and I had a Samsung Galaxy 8. And I went in. I was like, all right, the Galaxy 8. It's the touch screen is starting to go, and I need to do something. So I need a new one. Oh, and I learned that we're up at the Galaxy 22 now. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Why? I don't. Okay, I don't need all the bells and whistles. Just give me something that's just a basic phone. They don't even sell flip phones anymore.
You
I
can
mean, you can get them. You
yeah.
can get them, but you can't get them at the major providers.
Oh no!
You have to
First of all, I'm going to start making an argument for like going and finding your phone not at a store, not at one of the services stores, because you'll be better off. And I have to tell you, if you get an unlocked phone, that's the best thing you can do. Because then you can load up your own OS on it and everything. You can get Calyx or something like that. But that's a whole other conversation that we're not going to do tech hour here. All I'm going to say is, because of the lack of actual practical business experience and life lessons that we have in business, nobody comes up through companies anymore, right? I mean, that's one of the things that has destroyed Disney, is the lack of personnel that have worked their way up through the company. One of those persons, and I guess we're going to talk about Disney now. One of those persons was Jay Rasulo. Rasulo was there forever. I mean, he was a long time come up from the bottom kind of a guy. A lot of the high quality Disney people were, the people who ended up in charge of things. There was a reason for that. There was a certain amount of institutional knowledge. I mean, if you came up through the park system, you knew everything about the parks. We've got guys on here that could talk about it for a week, like Vash and Lou and many others. But out there in the chat. But I don't know. I mean, right now, I walk into a room with a bunch of kids. They're going to give me a bunch of numbers, but they're not going to give me. They're not going to demonstrate any understanding, and they certainly aren't going to understand why something's going sideways, because they've never been out there doing it. I don't know. Do you guys have a different perspective, or am I just preaching?
No, you're right. It's like the union apprentice program. If I'm a union plumber, and I've got this new guy who's learning how to be a plumber, then you put them with somebody who's experienced and knows how to do things and knows how to improvise. Oh, we gotta fix this thing, but I don't have the exact same thing, so we're gonna jury rig, we're gonna fix it, we're gonna make it work. And people don't know how to do that anymore.
They can't think anymore.
Institutional knowledge. It's like we were talking about, I guess maybe a week ago or a couple of weeks ago. The Minuteman 3. You have all of this older technology.
Yeah.
Where you have the generations what built it, what maintained it, they're all dying, and all of that knowledge is just gone. And it made me think about this library that my dad has. He has been working with Caterpillar since the 60s. Right. And the amount of knowledge that he has in his head.
Yeah.
The fact that Caterpillar comes to him because he kept all of the manuals.
Yeah.
For everything. I mean, my old bedroom is just a library of old Caterpillar books, and because nobody keeps it. Caterpillar didn't even keep some of it, and they're coming to him. They're like, "Do you happen to have in this?" Because they keep updating all of the technology, and the old stuff is still sitting out there.
It's still working.
But the new kids coming up, they don't have any idea how to work it, how to maintain it, how to fix it, and we're going to find ourselves in the next 5 to 10 years with this dearth of knowledge.
Yeah.
Because people are going to die, and they're not going to be teaching anybody anything, and all of this information is just going to be gone.
Well, and here's the thing, and Walter Tomaszewski occasionally sends me things via Twitter. By the way, guys, I do communicate with people on Twitter. If I follow you, I get messages. But yeah, none of these kids now, they don't know how anything works. They can know the numbers. That's great. I can read a P&L statement too. But what you're going to find is, you got to understand the things that work with you, the people. And this is absolutely a true statement. Look, you come in, you buy a business, right? You're a tech guy, right? You're from Silver Lake area, right? And you come in and you buy a business and you're going to make it tech. That's great. Except that, what is that business? Is that business based on just like widgets, just selling widgets? If that, okay, you're probably going to be all right. But if it's a people business, if you have clients, if you have customers that you have to service, if it's that type of a business, You come in and the only thing you get is numbers. You don't understand relationships. You're boned. Because I mean, I have now seen this happen 3 different times recently, and I personally, I'm like, you don't understand people. Your failure is not your technology. It's not your approach. It's you don't understand people. You don't build relationships with people. You get rid of the people that have relationships with people. That's dumb.
The
I
other,
don't know.
the other problem with that too, I mean, you look at something like Wizards of the Coast. The people running Wizards of the Coast now came from Microsoft,
Oh yeah.
and they're video game people. They're that kind of a tech people. They're not Dungeons and Dragons people. They're not
Right.
people that understand Magic the Gathering or the cards or anything like that. They want to turn it all into digital and make it all about the microtransactions. So you not only are you not understanding your customer base, but you're also not understanding your product and wanting to change it into something that you know that's completely different from what's got an established history.
Well, also, that's gonna the same exact thing that you just mentioned that happened to Wizards of the Coast is years away from happening, if not already, at Blizzard and Activision and King, and because Microsoft is buying out all of them, and right, unfortunately, from like a gaming standpoint, Diablo Immortal is the one thing that kind of ruined, in my opinion, is the one thing that's going to ruin all the games moving forward because the microtransactions were so incredibly lucrative. And that is a big, massive issue because it's all going to be all the Microsoft people are going to come in and they're going to say, hey, why do we care about the product when we can make the money from the microtransactions? Because they're enough to go look at anything that Blizzard Entertainment does on their social media. And every single post has comments down below it saying, if only you could focus on actually making a good game and not turning everything into the over monetization where you're destroying the property. It's because the people that are running the show did not come up through those companies loving every aspect of the brand. And when they love the brand, that's when they really stress. You stay up at night when your brand is not performing as well as you possibly think it could. That's the big issue is the people that are just coming in. We're going to see this, at Disney, and you see that all of these different companies where there's I don't even want to call it like brand loyalty, right? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people are just there for the payday and for their legacy. But at the same time, if you've been working at a place for 30 years, there's a sense of pride that you have when your company's doing well. When you just step over into that company because you were acquired or hey, I'm only going to come on for a year or two, crank up the numbers and we're going to sell and we're on our way out. As soon as that happens, then, these brands aren't the people that are supposed to be looking after them are not actually looking after them.
You could make the argument that all of these entertainment companies are doing microtransactions too, because you look at Star Wars. Star Wars, you have the 3 movies, and then you've got all the TV shows. Marvel's doing the same thing. In order for you to watch this one thing, you have to do all this homework. Read these comic books, read this book, watch this TV show, look at this web series, look this up online in this Wikipedia or something. Now you're up to speed and you can watch these 5 episodes.
Well, and you're 100% right, but at the same time, they're less satisfying. I'm going to make an argument here, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to make an argument here and say that microtransactions and games or business as a service, those types of models, the subscriber model, those are going to fail really soon because the economy is going to be so garbage, almost cursed, is going to be so garbaged that that people won't be buying these things that are superfluous. Like, I'm not going to play a video game that's a game as a service. I'm just not. I have zero interest in that, right? People are going to start dropping the balance of what Blizzard has left to offer, which includes that, silly, knockoff of that Epic game. What's it called? It's not Fortnite, but what's the thing? Overwatch. I think anybody that has anything with Overwatch is going to be done with it. I think anybody that's still carrying around a World of Warcraft account is going to be done with that because $25, $30 a month for these games, not worth it. It just isn't. And this is going to accelerate the deterioration and the demise of these companies because instead of producing new products, as Jason was pointing out, they're adding these tiny little slivers to these existing products that are unsatisfying. for the most part. Anyway, I'm done preaching. You guys, you're on.
Even bigger than that, it's not even just like they're not offering you new products. The new products are giving you stinks. So you've essentially created an atmosphere where your customer doesn't even want your new products because they know your new products is not going to satisfy them anyway. So this is what leads to people going back to old products, being nostalgic for retro stuff. Because it's like, if I get something new, it's like, I don't want these people who clearly don't know what they're doing touching my stuff, trying to sell me their crap. It's like,
yeah, but if they don't have any new products, a lot of these companies are actively going back and not only not giving us good new products, but they're ruining their old products with the new bullshit way that they're actually going about things. Mm-hmm. It's like, at what point entertainment is a people business. It's all about the loyalty that you have from the people that love your brand. And when you're driving every single one of these brands into the ground, at what point does everybody just jump ship and say it's all over?
Well, yeah, it comes down to quality, right? Like, I mean, yes. if you're predatory microtransactions for a shitty product, pardon my language, then it's basically like an OnlyFans. You're preying on the few people who are going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars in your game, and unfortunately, you're also preying on underage kids who are using their parents' credit cards because they don't know any better and they don't care any better. But that's going to fail. That will fail because that's completely unsustainable. Now, on the other hand, there are exceptions. If I will pay $12 a month to play Final Fantasy XIV. It's an online game, right? And that has proven to a great track record over the years of putting forth quality content that keeps people coming back. That's why it has been successful. But it's the exception rather than the rule. Right. Mm-hmm. And when we talk about having to do homework, another JRPG video game franchise, Trails, like Trails. Now they're not selling 10 million copies a game, but they're selling 500,000, let's say, or 1 million copies. And the homework for that is 1,000 hours long because it's a sequential series of storytelling over 15 years. But they've been successful for 20 years because they keep putting forth great quality products. They've accrued a fan base who is willing to come back and play each next, and it'd be the same thing with a television series. If a television series is going for an hour-long episode and you got 200 episodes and it's really, really great, I'm going to watch it, right? But if it's awful, if it falls off a cliff, I'm not going to bother going back to Game of Thrones because I know it didn't end well. But if it did, that will be something I want to rewatch. Like Deep Space Nine is my favorite Star Trek series. I will go back. I will rewatch that series. It's worth the time investment, even though it's a large time investment.
House of the Dragon is worth a shot. I'm just saying. Just throwing it out there.
I mean, Smith's pretty good in that one.
For the one season
Smith's pretty good in that one. But I want to say something about the microtransaction thing and that it's going to fail and all that stuff. No, it is not. It is already working. It is going to be the next thing. And here's why. When I was a child, back in the 60s and 70s, marketing had just got started. What do? TV, right? That's where it was. Trapper Keeper, all this stuff. Then go get this, go get that. Oh, well, you've got to get this, and you got to get this Star Wars, and you got to go get that Star Trek thing. You got to do this and G.I. Joe and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It was television, right? That was the transaction. It was the forming of the mind of the child, because there was a point where Ronald McDonald was more recognizable to children under 10 than Jesus. And that's still true, right? So now you've got those same kids focused on a small screen for school, right? For entertainment. So it used to, we put a videotape in front of somebody. I run the videotape and the kids can watch that. And now they're watching all these Disney. Well, what did Disney do? They started putting advertisements and all kinds of crap in the middle of their VHS stuff, right? Why? Because they know if they get to the kids young, they'll be able to drag the money out of their parents. Now what's happened? You have these microtransaction games, all that stuff. Kids say, oh, do this, do this, do this. Oh, man, if I just get $1.99 and get that and do this. They are so hooked on this crap right now. Sorry, I'm going to go back. They are so hooked on this shit right now that it's not going away ever. And that's where your entertainment's going. We're just older people here on this panel, right? So that's not what I consume or how I consume. But I got, 20, 25 years left, maybe longer if I'm lucky. And then I'm out the door. And the kids are the ones doing this stuff. how we're delivering our healthcare,
Yeah.
how we're delivering our entertainment. All of that shifts. Back before the invention of film, all of the entertainment used to be in melodramas at a theater.
Yeah.
And they had all kinds of technology around. They'd have actual horse races in the theater and all this kind of stuff and things they do died out because radio and then television, movies, television, all that stuff. And we're just at that end. And the microtransaction, it's the most evil way that they kill you.
Well,
What do you know
and
with Nerd Talk Brain?
Yeah, but at the same time, TV didn't kill radio. Movies are
No, but radio used to be the most powerful thing in the world.
Yes.
And
And
it's not
kids
there
used to
anymore.
go to the toy store, right? They
Exactly.
don't
Little Orphan Annie.
anymore.
Don't anymore.
You should have
The
drank
toy
your
store
Ovaltine.
is the online shop.
And while you are correct, that is the current way that kids consume things, Talks, and they're being raised on this bologna
Bologna.
sausage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm being good tonight. I haven't said a bad word yet.
You said Disney like 15 times.
Okay,
Don't
that's
give me
true.
that crap.
Sorry.
Sunday was
Okay.
the night you let your weave down.
Normally, yeah, but not tonight.
The beard's
anyways,
getting bigger. That's nice.
You guys are terrible.
You rubbing that
Anyway,
bull smoke in there?
I'm just going to say it this way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. You were trying to make a point, and I totally screwed you over. I can mute everybody. You can get that stuff out.
It's perfectly fine. It's just I'm just saying that that you're correct. That's the way they're doing it now. But again, the economy's not going to let them do this thing. They're going to have to figure out what subscriptions do I have to cut back on.
Well, we're going to
I
run out of
can't buy
credit,
this.
right?
Yeah, well, I can't buy this Fortnite skin. Not only that, for as
Not
evil
enough
as the
credit, not
current
getting paid by
occupant,
the government.
for as evil as the current occupant of the Oval Office is, he certainly is going to screw the credit card companies because he's about to, limit all their fees and interest and everything else. He's going to get rid of these junk fees. Now, mind you, this is normally, a ploy by politicians to make it seem like they care about you, but they never really pass it. This could actually pass and screw all these credit card companies. And, it's just like...
I pass everything just fine. I'm very regular.
No. Yeah.
He's
For
in
my
the
age, that
he's in
says
the
a lot.
he's in the Ovaltine office.
He's the Oval.
I'm the Oval office.
Drink your Ovaltine that makes you regular.
What were you going to say, Brian?
Yeah, go
I
ahead,
was just
Brian.
going to say, in
I
the,
talked for the first time in an hour.
Oh, well, thanks for being here, Joe. I appreciate it.
Wait, Joe's been here?
Go, Brian. Go,
Your
Brian.
joke just
doesn't
got
matter.
Jump in.
styled
It
twice.
doesn't matter. The moment has passed.
Sorry. I know this. Steiner Math makes a good point, and I hope this wasn't covered in my absence. But if you pick a trade,
You were gone?
yeah. If you pick a trade, yeah, I had to get tea. If you pick a trade and you go to trade school, in 5 years you'll be making great money. This is not a lie. This is a truth. It has always been a truth. The people that look down on people in trades are silly. Don't look down at sanitation engineers.
Comics
Don't-
Division said this Thursday or Monday. No, it was Wednesday.
I think it was
His
Wednesday.
best friend in high school. I think it was Wednesday. His best friend in high school went to a trade school.
Yeah.
Owns his own business now. Now, you may not be a millionaire,
Yeah.
but you are in control of
You
your own
probably are,
life.
You probably are.
Yeah,
though.
you probably
if you're
are.
if you're a plumber right now,
Well, yeah.
Shoot, have you seen how much electricians make right now? And
Oh,
those
yeah.
are paying a whole lot of them.
My kid calls me the other day, and he says, "I'm going to say something I don't like saying. You were right."
What?
And I know.
What? Is he 25, 26 now?
He's going to be 22 in 2
Oh,
days.
That
wow.
happens. You reach that
And
age, and your parents get so much
He
smarter.
starts to realize, and I get these calls every now and again because he'll have some kind of an experience that illustrates what I've been trying to tell him for the last 15 years, right?
Yeah.
And he's over at his mom's place, and somebody over there is cooking. And he's like, could you just let me do it? And he's got an interest in cooking. He always has. And I've told him, I was like, you could go to school and learn how to do this. And this could be the thing that you do because you like doing it. And of course he's got to get his GED, but now he's looking at, well, maybe I will go to school for cooking. I mean, it's technically not the trade school like you would normally, talk about, like with electricians and HVAC and plumbing and that sort of thing. But it's a specialty. You don't have to go to college to do this.
Right.
And I to Tox's point earlier, I think that there's a generation, his generation has been the ones discovering older technology, VHS and vinyl, and there's this big resurgence, and all of these people, all of us have been talking, get physical media. And I have to wonder, yeah, the microtransactions will be a cycle, but if enough people sit there and realize just how much they're getting scammed, maybe that cycle breaks earlier than we might otherwise think. Because if they're going back to older technology, then the microtransactions kind of go away. Even though this Ubisoft, you look at what Ubisoft is saying. So, oh, y'all got to get used to not owning anything. Well, hold my beer. I'll own everything. I'll go and buy copies of every game, and you won't get any of my money after that.
No, that's how the change of generations work, right? Like kids will always try to undo their parents. Now, eventually they realize their parents are smart. But in the meantime, there's always a back and forth. And the next generation is going to clap back against what we've seen in the last, say, 10, 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
with
and
microtransactions.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, microtransactions are eventually. I know.
Oh, you guys are
Tox is
talking
right.
about video games? I thought you were talking about my sex life this whole time.
Oh,
No, he said microtransaction, not micro penis.
Ladies and gentlemen,
disappointments.
Ladies and gentlemen, that voice and also Joe Biden was the great Tom Connors who joined us just a few moments ago.
Finally, I'm sitting here
From
bitching
the
in the
Oval
background.
Team.
Along
Am I ever
along
gonna get
with
an intro?
along with the other bald guy, also known as Brahma Bull, who has a special milk that Tom likes to promote, which I appreciate.
I played that.
You did. We got a couple of supers.
Weird.
Indeed. We got a couple supers that I want to get to, especially from one of my favorite people on the planet. Six sent us $2 to say, did I miss the High Roller stream this weekend? No, you did not. I promise I will communicate High Roller stream to you. I was going to do it, and then I came across a problem I could not solve. And so I solved it, but it took longer than I anticipated. So we will get to it. You wonderful high rollers and you wonderful members will get your stream in January as promised.
You know, it's legal for me to be high in Illinois now.
Okay.
Most states.
Colorado.
Oh, wow, Jason died.
Where did Jason? Oh, no, that's what's his name? Todd. That's Todd. Meet Todd.
Oh,
Todd.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's the intern over there at Sci-Fi for Me TV.
Jason killed Todd.
Yeah. The CJH for a Canadian $5. Hey, this is like money, only smaller. Just kidding. That's a joke. My favorite Canadian people. I'm just kidding. The CJH, good to see you, bud. Says all of the movies and TV are Hollywood CIA. Oh, wow. PsyOps. Okay. And people need to realize this. Well, I can tell you that there's a lot of garbage they want you to swallow through entertainment. I agree with that. Actors are agents of the federal government, and I'm sorry if that breaks people's reality, but it's true. Well, you got me to say it. Probably not beloved by YouTube now, but yeah, I would say that a considerable amount of entertainment has a lot of propaganda in it, and I think everybody's kind of awakened to this now. I think you are.
It always did.
Right.
It's just very much more overt now.
Oh, it's not even overt. It's like what's more than overt? In your
with
face.
They lead with the message.
Yeah, it's all they've got. They don't even
But it's
bother with the
also
entertainment.
flipped because before Hollywood was anti-communism, now they're pro.
they're pro control is what they are.
They were anti while secretly being pro.
Yeah. Okay. This is great. Gonna keep
then
my
there was this
channel
whole
now.
trial in the 50s. You go look into it.
Yeah. Well,
McCarthy was right. But
you know what? I know certain family members that say that now, all in the regular to me. But we'll get to that in just a moment. Southern Bell for $2 says, CC, did you see the viral video on trade versus college? I did not. I did
Yes.
not. Okay, what is it?
There was a young lady on TikTok, one of the other social platforms, and she was talking about how she had gone to school for 5-6 years, and she has her master's degree.
Oh, yeah, the one where she's talking about her husband. Yeah. And he makes like four times what she does. Yeah,
5 times the amount, and she has her degree, and she, But my guess is, when I was kind of watching that, it seemed to me like she's probably a teacher, something.
Oh yeah, I mean they make you go to education education and get masters and all kinds of garbage, just so you can get paid a little more. And yeah, I feel bad for teachers because they're predictive programming.
Depends on where you are. The average teacher pay and the stuff around where I am is 6 figures, buddy, and they don't have to pay for their insurance, and they don't have to pay for half of their retirement.
You said the teachers where you're at are making 6 figures?
On average, yes.
I think around here they're making more like mid-5.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Well,
like,
in Colorado,
making like
if you're
40.
a teacher in Colorado, you're dumb. You need to get out of that because Colorado is one of the most expensive states in the country to live in.
Yeah.
Right? If you're going to live in a state that's going to tax the crap out of you, a blue state or whatever, move to Illinois because you're going to get paid more here, or Connecticut. So I don't believe the whole teacher thing. I'm sorry. I've seen too much of it. I know it's going into that. And we had a whole bunch of teachers one time came into us and said, oh, look, they're taking away our benefits. We have to now pay for them. And some guy goes, well, how much average do you guys make? And they said like $95,000 a year. This is in 2000, right? And all of us walked out because they made more than we did. And we had to pay for our insurance. And we're like, oh, well, then we don't do this. And shut the hell up. You get tenure and you don't get to get fired.
All right,
I don't want to hear
quick,
it. There's a whole trade-off for that.
Real quick, salary estimates for the United States. The average teacher in the U.S. makes between $39,000 and $82,000 a year.
Right. When you count Mississippi and Alabama and Oklahoma and Arkansas and all those places, like in Oklahoma, they have a balanced budget. So they can't pay teachers more because it's not in their budget. It all comes out of certain revenues they come into, and they get rid of fire and police and teachers. And
But
that's
the thing
why
is, I do count all the states.
Huh?
Yeah,
I do count all the states.
Well, okay, if you want to go on average and do that, that's fine, but you're not going to be able to live on $39,000 in certain states. However,
that was kind of the point of her thing.
Yeah.
Is what?
That she's not making enough to do anything, and her husband went to a trade school, and he makes as much in a week as she does in 2 months.
Right, but I don't want to hear that it's because teachers are underpaid. That's bullshit. That is all administrative crap. They let that stuff happen. You want to know? We spend more per child than we ever have by far. And now we are graduating kids out in Washington or Oregon that don't even have to read or write.
Crazy. That's
well.
So man, I don't want to hear it.
Crazy.
You keep voting for these unions that are screwing you over. Stop being an idiot. That's what it comes down to. Stop being an idiot. Yeah. Stop being an idiot.
Well, at the same time,
you can't get fired. You have tenure. You can be a terrible teacher, and they can't get rid of you.
Well,
if you
they didn't fire that chick that was the president of Harvard.
Yes, well, she resigned, but yeah,
she resigned as president. She kept her $900,000 a year job.
She's
because they
stepping
can't
down and
fire her
still getting
because
the
she
paycheck.
has tenure.
Well, let's do this. Let's talk in a broader sense. She didn't tell us how much she made. She didn't tell us where she was living, but as I think Graham was pointing out, he was still making 4 times her amount, and I think that's true no matter where you live. I think trades are going to play far more than a teacher's degree. Also, teaching largely happens if it's public schools within something called school districts. School districts are almost exclusively, and maybe not in your particular area, are funded by property taxes. Property taxes are tied to how the school funding is done for the most part in most states. So people don't want their property tax to go up. They fight against it constantly. It's one of that's a taxing mechanism that is used most predominantly, and so you're going to have a harder time doing that. So oftentimes they have to go through a city level if it's a city controlled district, or a county level, in order to get bonds and other things done so that they can put the preponderance of the tax money that's designated for teaching to the teachers, and then they use those bonds to build new schools and acquire buses and other
Almost
things.
Nowhere is property tax go to teachers. The property tax is picked up, and they say for schools, but the vast majority of your property tax goes to your municipality and your county. When they send it to you in your mortgage, I actually read those things.
Okay.
And
again,
the education part of it is less than 25%. Right. And it just, I'm just saying.
Well, the original point that was being made is the same thing that South Park just made the point on.
True.
Right.
The handymen are the ones that are in demand now, not the people that are educated.
No, and again, see, this is another problem I have. The people that are in trades are educated, or else they couldn't complete their job.
Did we go from microtransactions
You know what I mean? Higher
to this
learning,
stuff?
educated type stuff, not trade.
Well, we're going to start microtransacting education pretty soon here in the public school system. So that's exactly what it is. You want to learn a little bit? $10. You know, it's every single day.
South Park made a joke about it in the Panderverse episode, right?
Yeah.
It's like
that's what I
nobody
was
knows
just
how to
saying.
fix
Yeah.
anything anymore. And look, I'll put myself on the line here. My car needs a new battery, and I don't know how to replace the battery. So I have an appointment tomorrow. I'm going to pay them $200 for a 10-minute job to put a new battery in the car.
What? Okay,
that's
Tom,
that's one where you get a
I will.
screwdriver and watch
I'll
YouTube.
learn it myself eventually, right? But right now, the handyman's going to definitely get that.
Just look up a YouTube video on it.
Yeah,
I could, right?
Tom, where were
you
you
know.
that you were making that point yesterday? Was it Mr. H's show? Or was that a
Which
couple days
one?
ago? The point about being able to fix your own car. One of your friends basically like
Oh, yeah. Because my kid and stuff will always ask me shit and certain things and too. And I'll tell them, you kids nowadays don't understand that you have every encyclopedia you could ever need, every answer you could ever have. There should never be another bar fight ever again unless it's over a bitch. Because at this point, there's a YouTube video for everything, and I could remodel my house or go fix my car right now if I had the time to watch the video. Nothing 6. It's crackers or something like that.
I was hoping it was a Pop-Tart.
It's cookies, don't tell her.
Okay. Oh my goodness, it's a Latino slant sighting. Holy cow, what's going on there, Paulie? Good to see you, buddy.
Oddly enough, we were making that same point on Wednesday night too, because, our teachers used to tell us when we were in school, well, you're not going to be walking around with a calculator in your pocket.
Bullshit.
So you actually need to learn how to do this. Now we all are. The problem with that is kids in school don't have to learn and retain. They have to learn and test. We actually had to have applicable knowledge to be able to do stuff. Now the kids just say, all I have to do is Google it. So they don't actually try to retain most of the information. They just retain enough to get through the tests.
Well,
and the teachers teach to the test rather than teach to learn.
And actually, that's been a big complaint from teachers for 40 years, is they have to teach to the test because of the way standardized tests operate and how they were acquiring federal funding, which is a whole other conversation. But yeah, go ahead. Jason, you're muted in some way.
Yeah, Jason,
on your end.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a friend of mine who was a teacher for almost 30 years, and her biggest complaint on the standardized tests were that the tests were scheduled in such a way that you had to teach toward it, and you had to teach to the test in a way that covered a bunch of stuff that didn't build sequentially. So, if you're going to learn something, you learn 1 + 1 is 2. Then you learn 2 + 2 is 4. Then you learn 4 × 4 is 16. I mean, you learn it in a progressive manner so that the new stuff builds on the stuff you already know. Well, teaching to standardized tests, they can't structure their lesson plans in such a way that the knowledge builds on what's come before. They have to just get it all in so they can take the test. And that's not a good way to learn. And they don't retain any of it.
Yeah. No, but see, again.
And CC, there's a channel called Dad How Do I.
That's a sigh. Wow.
This is a double sigh. Double sigh Sunday.
With that?
No, it's just, it's the way things are and the reason that they're there is largely what has been said by everybody here on this panel. Nobody's held accountable. Nobody's held the standard, and nobody's doing their job, whether it be the student, the teacher, the administrator, or everybody down the way. It's why it's so important. And I'm going to go on a little bit of a political conversation here. It's why it's so important to get on to who your school board is. Everything's local. So know what's going on in your community. You'll solve all these problems down the road. We got away from that a long time ago because we decided that 2 incomes in a household were required to have all the modern amenities and everything else. And while that might be true, it doesn't leave a lot of time because people aren't willing to sacrifice, which is on them, but people aren't willing to sacrifice and go and get involved in their local community. All you have to do is do that. And I know that sounds, I mean, I'm saying all you have to do is that. It's a lot of work. But I don't know a lot of people, at least in my sphere and with most of the people that I hang out with on panels, I think all of us are okay with hard work and adding a little more if it's going to mean a better future, not just for us, but for our kids and their kids. And I think that that's important. So if you're involved in local politics, that's the beginning of a win. Take the win.
Especially your school board.
Accountability. How many parents are not being accountable for their kids' education and are viewing the public school system as a tax-funded daycare? They don't care what the kids are. That's a huge issue.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what it went into. The whole, you need 2 incomes to do things and all that stuff. My dad's mortgage, when he bought his house, took 1 week's salary. And when I bought my house, it took 2 weeks, right? Now it takes 4, right? Well, why is the housing go up? Because nobody wants their housing money that they put into their house to go down. Buying a house is actually one of the worst investments you can make. You are better off taking that money, putting it in municipal bonds, and paying rent in the end.
Rent is more than a mortgage now.
I understand that, but try and sell your house now.
No, but if you
can't.
But Toxic, it's okay to buy it if that's where you want to live for the rest of your life. That's okay.
It is.
Yes.
If that's what you're doing, and buying there and hold, but how many people are doing that? Not as many as there used to. It used to be you buy inside of that and you do that from there.
I would
Or
highly
you got a
recommend
rolling
living on wheels.
Yeah.
You have to afford the vehicle. It doesn't have to be a nice vehicle. It could be a van for all it matters. But you got a roof over your head, and you're never beholden to any contracts.
My mom always said that you can sleep in your car, but you can't drive your house.
Yeah, real quick, I'm going to say this. 6 is 100% right.
I know how to change the battery in my smoke detector in my house.
Time out, guys. The most important advice you're going to get tonight is from 6, and that advice is don't take financial advice from YouTubers. That's right. Yeah, especially... especially...
I got to hop off of this one real quick.
Oh, no!
Guys, so, yeah.
Okay, Jacob, tell people
So we're no
what
longer
you do.
yin and yang, damn it.
Yeah, I know.
No, not this time. But so you guys know them doing stuff at Society Reviews YouTube. My site is back up, societyreviews.com. You can go check out all the stuff there.
Yay.
All the streams, all the articles, all of the movie reviews are up there right now. Like I said, we're going to be doing Barroom this week, Bible Lens this week, Movie Night this week, and we're going to be watching Royal Rumble for all the normies. So I got a lot of streams coming up this week, so go check me out over there. So thank you guys for letting me hang with you guys for about an hour or so, but I got to get going. So see you guys in a little bit later on.
Sounds good, man. Get some rest, and we appreciate you, dude. We really do.
Cheers, mate.
All right, there we go. We lost the man himself, but we're not out of here. The clock says I have how many minutes left?
14.
Okay, guys. 14
Your
minutes.
intro is long, or your outro is longer.
Look at the Trapper Keeper boy.
I got a Trapper Keeper.
That's right.
Still.
Ooh, you were one of the popular.
So why
kids,
am I here?
Well, you're fun. Okay.
You're the glue that holds us together.
Oh, I know why.
Sorry,
because I have a story. Because we're going to shift gears.
I was having an existential crisis for a moment there, but okay, thanks, guys.
I'm going to say this. We have something we definitely need to talk about, and this is Tom's favorite subject. Are you guys ready?
Godzilla?
The Marvels?
No, it's bigger than that.
Turtles.
I like turtles.
No, it's bigger than that.
Melissa McCarthy?
No, it's bigger than that.
Lizzo? Whoopi Goldberg?
No, right? It's this. Taylor Swift scores MVP title as most valuable princess in.
You took me out on the town, and you made my heart float around. Second down, you took my love and made it touchdown. And now I'm ready for another round. Oh, third down, this is my last chance. Just need 10 yards for romance. Or if I can't get this, you know I'll have to kick. Oh, Maybe this is your 2-minute warning. Oh, can't you hear me sing? You better do your part and not break my heart, or you know that you're gonna go through hell, yeah. As I burn down the NFL, gonna burn it down.
Burn it down.
We're allowed to play Taylor Swift on stream?
Well, that's her new single.
Anyway, she's
On
the
helium.
MVP, most valuable princess in the NFL. Chiefs versus Bills. All this tells me is that the NFL wants Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. So
Chiefs.
I already know that the Chiefs are a lock. So if I were I'm not giving you betting advice. I'm just gonna say
She's a psyop.
Well, it's interesting that Taylor Swift is the most valuable princess in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes must be pretty pissed that she took his spot, huh?
there you go.
That would be Dak Prescott.
Hey, there's a Kelsey brother right behind her. So
And he apparently was at the game shirtless for
I thought that
at
was
least
Bert
some of it.
Kreischer.
yes,
Did the Bills miss another field goal?
Yeah.
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 Did you guys see that there was a report on who is going to be the musical act at the Super Bowl that will
the
star the
pregame one?
49ers and Ravens?
No,
They had
Yes.
already named the two teams in the
Oh,
news report
wow.
before the games had been played.
Giveaway, dead giveaway. Yep.
The NFL officials.
I know
are
Reba
still-
McEntire is going to sing the national anthem.
that
Yeah,
happened.
but
last
who's going to
year.
send the other national anthem?
Which national anthem, though?
Yeah.
There's only one national anthem, folks. That's why it's called the national anthem. But yeah, so yeah, everybody's like really excited that Taylor was there at the game. I like that the divisional playoff emblem is covering her up. That makes me happy. There she is waving at people.
Who?
Taylor's waving at people.
She's waving at her accountant.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so I thought everybody would enjoy a little humor there.
I thought all you Swifties like you, Culture called her Tay-Tay.
Tay-Tay? No.
Yeah.
No, but thanks for that.
I wonder,
All right.
I wonder if her CIA handlers were there.
Probably.
They're everywhere.
Yeah,
I didn't think she had very good tay-tays, but that's just me.
She has none,
No,
nor
she-
does she have a backside.
Did Culture take his meds tonight? He's on point. Yeah.
She's like the highway from Dallas to Fort Worth. No curves.
Oh no!
Nothing happens there.
Well,
No.
if you go through Hurst Bedford, there's a pretty good one there too.
Do you
now.
know who Taylor Swift reminds me of? Bear with me a second. Do you know who she reminds me of?
A frog standing up?
No.
It doesn't matter how broke you are. If you have time to watch Twitch, you have $10, truly. If you don't have $10, you probably don't have time to watch Twitch because you should be working. You should be trying to earn money. It's not a ton. It's not like a ton of money. So being like, I'm broke, I can't afford to sub, that doesn't really track. What you mean to say is, I'm so irresponsible with my money, I can't support the entertainment that I enjoy.
Nobody's
I'm so glad we
invading.
weren't all live when the background was going. The back room was terrible, folks. It was awful back there.
Oh my
I'm
God,
so
the
if-
cock.
So if we follow her advice, all of you people out there shouldn't even be watching YouTube. Y'all ought to be getting a job, you layabouts.
Yeah. Nobody's
Give
invading
Culture
her beat.
$10. Yeah.
And the new Brie Larson, this chick. There you go. Yeah, Boone's cat's like, what the fuck logic is that? Yeah. Commander Ed Straker says, CultureCasino, any sport book still taking action on the NFL has atomic poo for brains. Yeah.
It was the prop bet before the Bills Chiefs game was over under. I think it was 10 times that Taylor Swift was shown on camera. I'm curious where that ended. I think it was 10.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she was.
That's
and
the
she
lady
was-
that's putting the message into your kids' heads, folks.
Larry, the name's so nice, you say it twice, says, shut up, silly woman. Yeah.
Did you guys see that we're getting a new Wizards of Waverly place?
I don't think anybody cares or wants that. But
Well,
okay.
I mean,
I don't know what the
Taylor's
original is.
Taylor's bestie, Selena Gomez, is going to be an executive producer.
That's where I know her from. That was a lot of fun. I watched that with the girls.
Yeah, it's going to follow David Henry. It's going to be a sequel, and David Henry, who plays the older brother, is now married with kids and has walked away from wizarding altogether until some kid comes in and says, "You got to teach me everything about wizarding so we can save wizarding." That's the new one.
Pay up, pay piggies. I love it. You guys are geniuses tonight. Southern Belle sent me a super chat. I got to find that. I had a producer. There it is. For $2, Southern Belle says, "Hey, where's your Tay Swift Barbie, CC? I don't have one." Oh, yeah.
What's the over under on the Tom Clancy Sum of All Fears happening at this Super Bowl, especially if Taylor's
5.
There. Okay.
Wow.
I think
Taylor Swift is
Prop
great
bet.
than Disney Star Wars. Thank you for the super sticker, my friend. I appreciate it. For the dollar.
I don't have a Taylor Barbie, but I got a Star Trek Barbie.
Okay. Let's take a look. Well, you do.
And I have the bottle.
So wait a minute.
Look how happy Captain Kirk is.
Yeah.
Look at that. You know why?
That's a short.
I gave her my phaser 4 times last night.
I'm trying to figure out what episode that's cut from. Because
he's
Shatner's hair looks really weird in that picture.
He's
She still has Uhura legs.
Oh
He's
my!
contemplating going where no man has gone before. That's why.
What? With Spock?
Holy cow!
Hey, I've got that Saurian brandy bottle right there. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a visit from the great Nostradamus. That's right. For $10.
Hey, Nostradamus.
Thank you for that, Nostradamus. I have the sinking suspicion I was just tricked into giving this $10. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. You weren't
you didn't have to listen to Culture Sing.
That's right. And I look, you guys got to see what my psyop is. It's playing that girl from Twitch. So, yeah.
As long as it's not playing the other one.
What other one?
Never mind. You see Kirk and Spock here next to the meteor crater in Arizona?
I do. Look at that. Yep. Hey, so what size rock do you think fell in that hole?
Lizzo.
No, it would have been twice that diameter if it was Lizzo.
We actually watched Starman tonight, finally. So
Culture was standing there.
Oh my! Look! Oh wait!
You let go.
Jesus Davia gives $10, saying $10 that lady won't get. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
There we go.
Yeah, my goodness. Call me Moneybags. Yeah, thanks for that. I appreciate that, Jesus. You're awesome. Support everybody. I see you everywhere, my friend. It's amazing. Plus, Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. Parrothead for $2 says, oh my God.
The cock. Oh my God, the cock.
I didn't even have to say it. There you go.
What?
Well, you said you didn't want to swear tonight.
Oh my God, the cock. There you go. Oh. See, I didn't have to say it either.
Fuck you.
Oops, sorry.
Whoa.
That
wow,
was
that was not
amazing.
the right button. Who left? We lost somebody.
Jason. Nope. Jason's still here.
I still have both Canadians. I don't know. It's very weird.
Here.
I mean, you could be missing Todd, but...
Or you just reconfigured it.
It must have been me. Punk Waddle. He's been around for a long time. It's not $10, but I guess the tip was included. Well, thank you, Punk Waddle. And thanks for being around for 18 months, my friend.
There we go.
Hey, now.
You have 5 minutes left, buddy.
I know. Which means, let's get ready to rumble. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure
I tried
that's
to use that in a movie one
trademarked.
time. They wanted $10,000.
Weird.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's because that guy copyrighted that shit or whatever.
Yep.
Dalu. Good luck.
His brother did a copyright on It's Time from UFC, right?
It's
Michael
time.
Buffer.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a joke.
Dalu
They
celebrates.
didn't know that they were related, right? And then they were.
You guys do hear that Culture's trying to read something, right?
Sometimes.
Okay, cool.
Dalu celebrates 9 months of membership and says, just the tip, though. That's right. And CC Karaoke says the magic word for 16 months of membership, boobs. That's right. Yeah. Or a boy stream.
Yeah. Is it still boobs with zeros?
Is Culture Casino a boy brand, not a girl brand?
No, I have girl fans.
He's a boy who's been branded.
I have 9% chicks, ladies, women's. It's amazing.
Only 9%.
Thankful.
It's all right. You can
amount
overtake.
that
It's not
K-pop gets.
show anyway.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Fat bottom. Oh, I read this wrong. Lassies. I thought it was tasers, but that's fine. I have boxes, says the Ram Ranch brand. That's right. Whoa, why does 70s look what? All right.
Why does 70s look Asian?
Handsome.
Jeff, I want to know.
Better than looking gay, I guess. I don't know.
Because he's getting old.
I love you long time.
The Peter
bet you
Venkman
do.
fan site. Great to see you, my friend. Says moobs. That's
I've
right.
watched so many Korean movies. I'm starting to look Korean. That's what it is.
I think he's turning Japanese. I think he's turning
Japanese. I really
Japanese. I
think
really
so.
think so.
That's right. And Argentum says, I'm a minority. I demand representation. Okay, you can have it. And
We're gonna
Emerson
give you
M is
reparations, don't
9%.
you worry.
9% chicks. Thank you. Thank you.
Can I sniff their hair?
Wait,
Ryan will
Jaffa
know that
says
one.
Culture Casino is Queen.
Jezebel.
Jezebel.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad I
He's
highlighted
doing
that.
more of those.
Okay, great. Super. Hey, my
You're
good
right,
friend
Latino
Space
Slam.
Dave 2000 says Spaceship Earth. That's right. That's right. Wow, thanks. You know what? I'm going to get you on here, Paulie, since you seem to be awake at night. That'd be fun. Hey, BB
Just called
Trimmer.
us
We're
all
not-
gay.
We're
I
not all
almost got him-
gringos.
I
Talks
almost
as a
got him
freaking
Tuesday.
Indian.
That's right.
What do you mean?
Screw
we?
you,
Right
Polly.
Yeah. He misgendered me too. Oh, wait. No, he didn't. Okay.
Death Angel's Shadow sent a member chat saying 9 months of membership. Thanks for being here, my friend. He says, hey, Sci-Fi for Me TV, are we back yet? Yes, and we're also front.
Yes.
Speaking of that, he's going to do the outro first, and then we'll bring up Pamphlet Boy there. Fun
All
stream. Thank you, Mr. Stock.
Tomorrow, Pulitzer Prize nominee author Eileen St. Laurent will be our guest in the second hour. And on Tuesday, we're going to be talking about the Disney proxy war.
Yay!
Yay, maybe. I don't know. Yay. We'll see if it's yay.
Yay.
Sci-fi4me.com is where you'll find stuff. Also, just as an aside, I have another channel. We played my short film that ran on the Sci-Fi Channel here last week, and I uploaded a high-resolution version of it. And it's already got almost 700 views. This is unreal. I don't know what's going on.
Hey,
here.
welcome to you doing it.
It's a weird thing, but
Congrats. You're doing well.
But,
I just want to acknowledge that Space Dave 2000 became a member. Thank you for that, Space Dave. And Mars Monkey Max, I hope nobody on the panel denigrated your military service, my friend. We don't. And engineers are very important, and there are very few of them. This is also true. We have 5 seconds until we need to get out of here, which means everybody else has to talk fast, including Mr. Brochure over here. 70s rock fan. Yeah. Look
It's
at
the
that.
Vapors
Oh,
turning
it's the
Japanese,
Vapors.
7-inch single.
Wow.
I just whipped it out.
Pretty.
I whipped it out of the vault behind me when somebody mentioned it. Proteges
your
of the
picture.
jam, you know.
Your picture.
Anyway.
Speaking of-
So thank you for allowing me to sneak on here again, Culture. I really
Oh,
appreciate it.
It is my great privilege. So so let's see. You're the granddad that would make Tom the dad. Hey Tom, say things.
Thanks.
I did want to promote my show tomorrow. though.
He's got
okay.
a show tomorrow where he's
And
going
Tom
to be
might
talking
be on
about
it.
Cobra.
We're going to talk Cobra.
I'm going to try to show up
Canon
to
Film
the
Club.
show.
Cobra.
It's the Cannon Film
3
Club.
p.m. Mountain Time on my channel.
Yeah. Crime is the disease.
It's a disease.
And
All
I'm
right.
the cure? No,
Okay.
let me do that again.
The
Crime
wonder
is the disease. And I am the cure.
Well, you're the band The Cure.
the wonder
What?
the
Robert
wonderful
Smith?
comic stylings of Mr. Tom Connors.
No, go to see the Brahma Bull show tomorrow. That's the
This guy?
show. And
Oh, hi.
who else got to go yet?
Well, we just got to
I don't know.
Brahma.
It's always weird when Tom does an actual outro.
Yeah.
Because normally it just says,
I'm just doing
Bye.
outros for everybody else.
Yeah, yeah.
oh,
So
okay.
yeah.
Oh,
so
God, Jason's dead
What are you going
again.
to do for me?
Jason
You
died.
just
again?
heard my outro
Yeah.
45 minutes ago on your show. What are you doing for me, Tom?
Oh, all right, fair enough. All right, well, I'm
What
going
do
to
I-
bring up the grandson of all of these bald guys. It's Graham. What's up, Graham?
See, Graham
Hello.
ain't gone yet.
Yeah, I got a little rescue dog, and he's the cutest. His name is Einstein. He's going to be an awesome little. It is. Yeah.
You see
He's
that,
gonna be-
Sadie? You better act right, or I'm gonna get one of those.
Yeah, he's going to be an awesome
Look at me
little
like that.
addition over here. I'm super excited. So that's gonna be my little knucklehead. I'm gonna hang out with this dude, and he's gonna be my bud. So I'm excited about that. So that's a big news for me. That and just cranking out some standard some videos on the YouTube channel. So check it out, Gramcast. It's beautiful.
Well, I think that's heavenly, and thank you for sharing, my friend. So
Thank you for having me on,
appreciate it.
Culture. I always have a great time here with you guys.
I love it when you hang out. I also love it when we get another Canadian in the room. He is more comfortable than you.
Oh, good God. Stay over here for donuts. Don't listen to him, eh?
Life is too short,
he's a hoser.
man. You got to be comfortable.
That's right.
I make karaoke from this chair. I make better karaoke than everybody else. So if you like to sing karaoke, sing my karaoke.
That's right.
And on Friday nights, we sing karaoke.
That's right. Yep. And let me tell you, he is great. He is an incredible singer. You might think he's a professional. And he does make great karaoke. He's a good guy. And he's Canadian. So he's probably nice.
Yeah, that's what we do.
All right. We got one more guy before we get to the producer. And of course, that's this guy
He's dead.
Jason's dead.
That's Todd.
Oh, Todd's dead.
Jason killed Todd.
Yeah.
That's Todd.
Todd was wearing a red shirt, so he kind of deserved it.
He was.
Todd reminds me of Taylor Swift.
There's
Yeah.
Todd.
There's
In
Todd.
Vasquez Rock.
Yeah.
He survived.
Same
And off in the distance, you have
Same
Kirk
build,
and
yeah.
Spock.
Same build.
Todd has more curves than Taylor Swift.
That's true.
Probably probably just as dry as Taylor is too.
All right, fair enough. On that note, producer man, take it away. Promote the week.
Huh? I don't know what the hell's going on. Monday, tomorrow, Monday Meltdown, 9 p.m. And of course, you got these 6-minute dailies that happen every day. They last 6 minutes and longer with Culture Casino. And you've got, Brian, you're doing a show tomorrow, 3 p.m., correct?
3 p.m. Mountain Time, that is
Mountain
correct.
Time.
Canon Film Club, my
Canon
most
Film Club.
popular series.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Those are good shows. Check them out there. And then Toxic Tuesday, Nick Weiser's is doing that. Wednesday, we're doing Yelling at Parked Cars, more than likely. And then Thursday Night Throwdown. Tom does some Midnight's Edge stuff like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, or something like that. You guys are on that.
Every day.
Every day. Every day he does stuff. Who do you have as your guest on Friday Post Flight? Culture. Do you have a guest yet?
I'm waiting for them to get back to me and confirm. So I'm not going to announce it just yet. It is a name you will love.
Spoilers, it's me.
That's
It's
right.
a me. Come on,
It's a
baby.
me.
That's a name we love.
And then, Comics Division is going to be on Friday Night Tights. That's
Yeah, well, yeah, but tomorrow's Monday Meltdown, and that's always fun.
Monday Meltdown, that's the big one. We're getting over 350.
We're
People
doing
show
well,
now.
kind of
We're
like
really
this show.
moving
But let me. Southern Belle made a request. And Betty, when you call me, you can call me out. You can call me out. There you go.
I have that.
It's a great song. Space Dave 2000. Space Dave, I want to have you on my channel. I'll have to get with you, get you on for a Friday. You deserve it. You're a talented man. All right, folks, we got to get to it. We got to get out of here, and we got to go. So what's everybody's favorite clip? You have to wonder.
My wife.
Nothing to do with cheese.
Oh, I
ever.
forgot to play the commercial.
Are you tired of the same old buffet food at Wang's? Have you had enough dong to last you a lifetime? Well, take just a few more steps past those single-minded restaurants and dive into Sherry's Slam and Clam. Sherry's Slam and Clam Shellfish Bar is truly all you can eat, unlike the 2 shrimp limit that stingy bastard Wang has. In a hurry, let Sherry stuff your box. To go! Be shellfish and take all you want from Sherry's Slam and Clam. Located next to the 3rd Street Bolorama, Sherry's is open 6 days a week. If you are looking to slam clam, get to Sherry's today.
No.
What is going on? Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm gone.
You guys are all
Bye,
on stage.
guys.
No, not everybody is. Grant is
everybody.
backstage.
Some of us are spared.
Wow.
I'm putting them on.
All right.
I can't believe I'm not deleting this.
He'll just re-add it. I'm pretty sure he just has it on loop all day on his PC.
You would think a new year, new stuff to make us sick.
You want a new clip?
Not of this.
Oh. Well, I just have to
remix
say,
the penis.
wow, that doesn't sound all right.
How was it?
Fuck you! That's my name!
Hey. Brian McCann! Back. Never mind. It took me a long time to make that clip.
It shows.
Well, if you
The
didn't
other
stop
clip
to
is
whack it,
AOAO. This one should be oh no, oh no.
All right, guys, we are out of here. Here comes the outro.
Bye, everybody.
he promised a tight 90.
I did not do that. What the heck?
Yeah.
You didn't do
That was a
what?
very
Sometimes I
floppy
get so mad, there's no
96, you're
controlling
right.
me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like.
Hey, was that kid Rock Kid? What is going on here? Can I sniff her ear?
Are you playing this again?
No, I just fixed it.
It's playing again.
You know, the culture likes the penis.
Playing again.
What is happening right now?
What is
You
happening?
need to stop pressing buttons real quick because
Okay,
you're
okay.
behind.
All right, do me a favor and make this happen better. I didn't do it.
Warning.
There we go. Thank goodness.
Yeah, we were already 20 seconds into the song when we went back to Gary Blue.
Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show.
Gave everybody else blue balls in the chat because they were waiting for that AOAO.
It's gotta be the loudest outro ever.
Cause I know you got me fucked up.
Louder now.
Show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back.
I did not do that.
God, adrenaline wasted. So mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes. I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit. I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you. Choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. Oh God, adrenaline wasted. So mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes. I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back.
Good night, everybody. Have an amazing week.
Super chat.
Oh, super chat, Makity. What's up, buddy? Says Shiba Dog gifting a large bone. Thanks for that super thing, my friend. We'll see ya. Have a good weekend.